Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody all around the world, and thank you for joining us today for another Left 4 Dead 2 competitive shoutcast. We are already going live for this another Swiss tournament match 3, round 5, 100 lands, spit lands. Everything else seems to get shut down. There's some decent damage going on to Manzana. We will have Vaso De Leche playing Judgment. Whichever one of these teams do fall today are probably going to be out of playoff contention. But right now it's going to be Vaso De Leche going first as Survivor. The roster will be Karma, Manzana, Life, and Ale. And then for Team Judgment, we will have Melina, Style, Nico, and Yuri. And they are just going getting down these stairs quickly. Going to be playing maps 1 through 4 on Diescraper Redux. Neutral. No home and away. First hit did about 10% damage. All basically on Manzana. Karma's at 90, Life at 96. Ailes remains at 100. Jockey, Smoker, and the Charger are lingering below. But there's a Boomer, no Spitter. Trying to see if he can get a shot down there. And they're down. Charger will land. Clears are good though. They'll get about 5% damage, so not too shabby with their opening hit it after the sewer drop. So they do have 2 hits in. That's about the amount of damage. Not too bad. Tank will be sitting at 71%. So it's going to be 2 hits and then tank spawn. And it will be the first tank of the game for Judgment in the hands of Melina. Melina's retreating, trying to bring a hittable into play, I think. Meanwhile, the Boomer, Hunter, and Charger. And yes, Melina is bringing the car alarm in, trying to get it through. And does so successfully. See if they decide to send this Boomer in. They're trying to hold it for the commit. Probably rock that car. Get that one a little bit more favorable. Alright, nice. One boom does land. Tank probably will start bringing his toy in. He only has 1 gun on him right now. There's 3 shotguns and 1 Uzi. Alright, lost about 700 HP. Oh man, they're really focused on the hittable. Okay, they retreat. So the tank's going to be down about 1200 HP on his commit. And he has a Smoker, Hunter, and a Charger. Not the best set of spawns, but he is in. He is down to 3.5k HP. He's down to half his HP. He misses 2 punches already. Gets his first punch onto Ale. There's a 2-cap landing. The Charger misses the tri-cap. The tank is switching targets. Spreading the love, and that seems to be the most that the tank can do. They don't get it in cap, but they'll make the survivors pop 3 sets of pills. Karma's the only one to not pop pills, so there'll be 75 points lost from that. The bonus will remain at 516. Pings are good as well. Didn't check that before we start. They know there's only 1 more hit left, so they do a little scouting. No pills are found. DB is fully protected, 250 points. An additional 25 for the pills, so 275 in DB and pills. The rest is actually the health bonus. Alright, looks like we're going to get a hit in the alley. Boomer coming up by the car alarm. They don't have favorable spawns for this. I'm surprised they didn't sack Boomer. Yuri chose to hold it. We should see them go once they're all in. Okay, they're in the alley. Hunter misspawns. Boomer does land. Jockey tries to get Ale in the front. Not able to do so. The Hunter will eventually find a target. The Boomer gets a proxy. And they'll get the bonus just shy 500. And that's a pretty respectable score. Vaso De Leche starting pretty well. Protecting that DB and protecting the pills. At least one set, I mean. Yeah, unfortunately the tank missed a couple of punches on his commit, but he still did a pretty good job on spreading the love before he was deceased. His SI came in, landed a 2-cap charger, just missed, almost secured that tri-cap for the tank that whiffed a couple of punches. But surprisingly enough, the tank did not die faster when it was already chipped down 1,300 HP before the commit. But they heard those SI and they get horny for it. But right now we're going to go live opening hit. Hunter, Spitter, Jockey, and the Charger. They're going to drop down. Go down the stairs right away. Charger comes off the roof, doesn't land. The Hunter will land momentarily on Coach. And that's going to be almost no damage going on to Judgment. Good take by them. As they go down into the one bedroom. Through the porch. Down the hole. Coach is a little behind, but spawns are not up yet. Now they are. They will have tri-cap with Boom again. No Spitter. Probably do want to spit for this drop. The stack order was a little wonky. I lost my way. Alright, they do all drop down right away. They're not going to waste any time. The Charger's going to land, gets cleared. It's a rolling, almost like a rolling tri-cap, but the damage is minimal. 94.1 is what they're going to be at for tank. 1,036. It's going to be the point value for the survivors while they get this tank up as the Spitter is the first spawn up in rotation. I think they do try to get at least one hit with this spit as the first tank for Vaso De Leche in the hands of Minzana. Hunter spawns behind. Here it comes. Oh, it's going to go for Hunter. It does pre-spit. Get a little bit of decent damage onto Style. So, alright. This is what the health for the survivors are going to be for the tank commit. We're going to have Yuri at 83, 2 at 89, and Melanut will remain at a perfect crisp 100. As Minzana also brings the car into play. Alright, brings both cars in. Taking a couple hundred chips so far, not too much. But he is bringing both cars in, and it looks like the survivor team has agreed to retreat. The Charger gets a stumble. Now the tank needs to be careful. Tank needs to retreat because the survivors are up and will chip him. Looks like nope, they're just gonna run back. Interesting call just to run back. I think the hittables were too close. He's gonna have to commit with a Hunter, Jockey, and whatever his last spawn is. It's gonna be a Boomer. He's only gonna have a 2-cap. He drops in right away. Gets his first punch. Second punch lands at 2,700 HP. Gets his third. He gets the in-cap, still has 1,800 HP. He comes in, gets a punch. Hunter does land. He gets another punch onto Rochelle, switches targets. He hits a Boom survivor. Does clear the Jockey, though. He is spreading a lot of damage. Gets a double before he gets killed. And he does manage to get 2 in-caps onto Judgment, but they're not going to die. That's going to break the DB in 10%. It'll be at 90% upon the pickup. 2 sets of pills will be consumed, and they will be sitting at 483 bonus post-tank. And so far, this is a neck-and-neck match as we go into the final hit for this first chapter. The Charger misses. He's only going to get a pull in the spit. And the spit will delay, but I don't think it's going to matter. They're going to be able to navigate around it and get into the safe room. I think it's going to be close. Oh, if they're not taking too long, they're going to have spawns. It's not going to be the way they want to hit, but they'll be able to throw stuff in. No, they're in the safe room. Close the door, and they are in safe room. Maybe 2 damage stumble. They got 4 damage from it, so that will be Judgment making safe room with a chapter score of 948 to Vaso De Leche's 996.
Ain't ready to lay down yet.
So we have a 48-point game going into chapter 2. Late tank spawn on map 2, 81%. go into Chapter 2. The tank spawn will be late. The opening hit is going to be a tri-cap with the boomer. The hunter will be discluded. Again, we're not going to see a tank to after the event's over. I think, actually, I don't know how long into the event that's going to be. We'll have to find out. Those just joining, do keep in mind we will have Mingoose family playing against South Stars right after this, or is it Sad Boys? I forget. I have to double check. Check that a little bit later, but we have the match coming right after this one, so we'll be zipping right over to that one. Throw the timer on and we'll wait a little bit. But for now, we'll get into this match. Boomer relocating. Looks like rest of the spawns do want to come from above. It looks like they did finally give that boomer spawn up. See if they capitalize on it. Alright, it's going to be a nice 2-cap comes in. They are able to get the clear. Not in the most fashionable order, though. I mean, it took a little time. Charger does get melted first. Boomer dies off last. Thank you. I didn't know if it was South Stars or Sad Boys. I know that that means that Sad Boys plays Amagami tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. Keep in mind for that one, I'll be casting that. As we come onto the armored truck, where the Hollister is, they can choose to shoot it to release the globe. Won't really do much at the moment. But they just want to make sure all these common infected are cleared out from the rear before they start advancing, which I think is a pretty good idea at this moment. They know all spawns are ready to go. And Hunter Jockey Charger Spitter, favorable hit. I like to always keep a counter for how good the sack orders to see how many hits they can get of this. Usually 3 per chapter is good. And they send it early. And nothing's going to find the target. The Charger is going to end up actually respawning. And the spitter stays alive too, so they'll have a charge spit again, even though it doesn't land. They'll elect not to hunt down the charge. Charge will only be at 425 health though. Charger will miss. They'll get spit stumbles. Pull in the spit too. Nice play. Rochelle takes a little bit of damage. That'll take life down to 40. I mean not 40, to 80 HP. Zana's at 84. Hale will sit at 75. And Karma's still sitting at a full 100. They push out into the lobby, get the event started.
Reloading. Here they come. Y'all know you shot me, right?
And they are making use of this, main desk here, having 2 survivors on the front, one sitting at the front door, one sitting slightly to the left. The infected are relocating. Alright, here comes the smoker pole. Alright, I thought I heard a smoker, and there's not even a smoker in the rotation. It's a Charger, Hunter, Jockey, and the Spitter. And they said they're going to wait for the go-go. Patient and special infected. Bonus sitting at 1358. Hunter spawns up. Here they go. Another ski comes out. The Jockey will land, and so will the Charger in the spit. That's a good amount of damage coming out. Death Spit goes on to Rochelle, and that'll suck the bonus down quite a bit. Goes down to 1180. Good hit coming out there from the infected before the tank. Said they're gonna rush up and turn this off.
I got it.
Holy shit, was that annoying.
The horde is stopped. It looks like they're going to stay here. A lot of horde coming from the back. This is a questionable call from Vaso De Leche as the tank gets his corner and he's not being shot. Hunter is dead though. He gets his in-cap. He gets his next corner ready. This tank is very healthy. A boomer lands on the in-cap survivor. I think they'll be able to kill him off. I need to push forward right now. And they get almost doubled. Oh, and he lands. And he's got to retreat. But Zana is dead. Rochelle is just running away as his team is dying.
Jockey!
As the next death just goes out, the snap of their neck, I heard. That will leave Rochelle alone to try to help life, and their aggressive play to try to turn off the button and not retreat has come back to bite them in the butt. Smoker lands, and that will be a wipe going. Oh no, he gets the clear. They should be able to get this pickup. Gets the clear.
Oh, come on. You can make it.
Man, how the hell you think
Nice pop. Tank is dead. Good job by Karma, but unfortunately Karma could not save his friends.
can always count
Now
on
they can
you,
crawl
bro.
for a little bit more points, but only 2 of the survivors, so they're not going to tally much more. It was at 492 when the tank died, so this is all extra points.
Man, this right here hurts something fierce.
Unfortunate for Judgment. Charger is not going to land. Smoker's going to come from behind, so is the jockey. There goes the pole. Nice clears. All right, they'll be able to advance. Bonus still at 182. If they can shut down, I think, one more set of spawns, they might be able to get in there. Button is started. Retreat back into the stairwell. Pretty safe play. They only have one shotgun, though. It's going to be interesting to see if they can pull this off. They will have a tri-cap, though. Coach doing a good job of blocking the spawn. Here they come. Oh, the Charger does land, and that is going to be a wipe. Going on to Vaso De Leche. Good job by Judgment. They accumulate 574 points of a total 700. Now Judgment has all the opportunity to take a pretty decent lead after map 2, if they could do so with their survivor side. They've done what they needed to do with Infected. Alright, second side of map 2. Jockey, Charger, Smoker, Boomer, opening attack for Vaso De Leche. Smoker looks like he wants to get a pull, gets cleared immediately. Charger gets killed. The Jockey and Boomer die off last. We'll have Charger, Fitter, Hunter, Jockey. Decent sack order coming out from Vaso De Leche. They'll have favorable spawns for the next choke point. All the commas are going to be trickling in from behind. I think they just hold W and keep going.
A machine gun.
I need some help.
As they just shoot Yuri across the... Yuri jumps in front of the Hollister, gets hit. The Charger comes in. And a little bit of a miscommunication there coming out by the survivors. Wow. Somebody clip that, please. That'll be a little bit of a blooper there. The survivor jumps in the air while the Hollister is shot, which sends the survivor across the map. I don't know if I've ever seen that in a match. I think that's the first. But it was definitely entertaining nonetheless. I don't even know what to say. Alright, Smoker from the back. Jockey does land. Hunter lands too. They'll get some good damage. Boomer proxy as well. Chip down that bonus a little more. 73.5%. Smoker is still lingering about. Getting scratches. Getting lots of scratches. Smoker doing some work there. Guy's a little out of order though. Now only 3 of his teammates will be up. We'll have to wait another 10 seconds. I think they have no problem doing so. Don't know the stack order. This might be a Boomer. Nope, this is the best that you can get in the game. Great stack order actually. Hunter's pre-spawn Chargers coming out. Charger gets melted.
Reloading.
Melina is safe on the dump on the little trash can.
God damn it.
Takes a little bit of spit damage, and now they'll be able to get the tank up. 68.8% health too. Pretty good. And they're just gonna retreat. They're not gonna chance it. They've seen what happened to the first team.
Hey, look out.
All right, this is gonna be his commit. He's gonna come down this hallway. All right, the Charger goes in, gets melted.
The tank hot shot. Shoot the.
Tank misses his punch, and it's a no-hitter. Oh, what a great take by the survivor side. Ale had the second tank of the game for his tournament team, and he gets just shredded backing up down the hallway.
Got it.
Never gonna stop her.
They need to do some massive damage of coming up before they make the safe room. They're only going to get 2 more hits. This is going to be the first hit post tank. Great set of spawns. The Hunter gets skeeted. The Jockey goes, and the Charger doesn't even spawn. Karma not going there for some reason. Right now, the shotguns of Judgment are just too much for Vaso De Leche.
Reload.
Special infected. They get melted. They come from the front.
They're coming.
Alright, Hunter calls to go. The Hunter again gets skeeted. The Charger stumbles off. Gets a fist. Smoker lands. And they are about to walk in with the 872 bonus. It's open and they are in. And there they go. They walk in with a huge bonus of 872. Chapter score 1572. Campaign score 2520 to 1570. Looks like Vaso De Leche's over-aggressive call to push that tank does not turn out to be in their favor. All right, we have a very early tank. That tank is at 24%. That is a huge big tank for Vaso De Leche. They needed that for the possibility of mounting their comeback. All right, and we go live. Opening hit will be Tricap with Boom. No Hunters included.
You hear that, Charger?
Chargers goes for fifth. Smoker Pole gets killed. Jockey gets M2'd. And the Boomer is just going to wait for opportunity to see if he can get a nice fat boom on Vaso De Leche when this tank spawns.
Weapons over here.
Armor is his own.
Reloading.
That tank is up. Unfortunately, they could not get that boom. It would have been huge if he picked it off. And he is going to commit right away here. He's going to split the survivors.
Come on, shoot them tank. Not me.
The Hunter making a big misplay on going here. The Charger does land. Hunter lands on a person forward. Smoker can clean it up. No, he can't. Tank is getting punches, though.
Down.
Gets Rochelle in cap. Oh, he's going to clean it up. He misses his punch. He teleports to the other side. Oh, he's missing his punch. He's able to teleport and get the clear. What a huge, unfortunate chain of events on the infected team. Is that they're going to get a lot of damage, but what should have been a wipe is not going to be a wipe.
Let's go.
Throw another rock. Does not get it. Charger misses. The tank really can't do anything. He's got to bait this. Does land another rock, though. One more rock. No, he doesn't land it, and that is not going to land into the wipe that they needed. Hunter can try to delay this. He does get skeeted.
I need some help.
Oh, that's so
Seems
unlucky.
like every time I turn around, you are down on the ground.
Teleports through the wall. Spit goes out.
Damn it, I'm covered in goo.
They get massive damage though. They can still clean this up.
Don't mean to be no bother, guys, but I need
Come
some
on
help
now.
over here.
We don't have time for all this laying around.
Much obliged.
You are welcome.
This ain't right.
Charger gets it in cap. Does land on another survivor. No slam though. Boomer gets popped.
What's up?
Can't lie.
Jockey comes in.
See, you're fine.
Hunter's coming in too. Hunter does land.
Always count on you, bro.
I'm a reload.
Oh no, now the jockey holds. They're gonna get smoker jockey now.
Stay down.
Not the best sack order.
Well, at least I didn't catch the flu.
And now it's all extra points. They're at 186. That's what they got at when they killed the tank, or when they spawned it, I mean. This is all extra points. Bonus at 199. No way they keep any of this by the time they make safe room. It's all a run for distance for them. And that's exactly what I said. They get Boomer Jockey Smoker with the 2-2. And they just need to go with this and kill it. Boomer comes rocketing in. They do get a 1 proxy. Jockey's going to retreat. Spitter did die. No, they didn't die in the right order. The jockey chose not to die. And they're not going to get a charge spit.
I saw that zombie movie. Gotta reload.
Will you cut that shit out?
Oh yeah, they do. Never mind. What do I know?
But not exactly healthy.
They are able to get out, and then we should see attack come in any second now. All right, Charger rockets in, gets it in cap. Hunter will land, Spit will follow, and that will be every survivor just in capped once now.
Thank you.
Reloading.
They've already almost double the points that they've gotten since they spawned the tank.
Hey, look
About
out.
time a store gives a man a haircut while he buys himself some pants.
Grab it.
Ammo here.
Yeah, well, this machine gun. I got it.
All right, Coach is at 1 HP and Crawl, and all survivors in capped 1 series about to go black and white.
Reload.
All right, event is started.
Second pistol.
Charger spawns up, gets a fist. Alright, now comes the long and dreaded wait. I know they're going to try to crawl this. It's going to be very difficult for them to crawl this with people 1 HP.
Reloading.
Thought maybe they might just hold out for the next hit.
Reloading.
They've managed to accumulate 410 points from killing the tank with pretty much nothing left. Nice focus for the bottom. Charger lands a triple charge! That's going to be 3 survivors down. The jockey's going to come clean it up, and that will be a wipe, even with a ski coming out by Melina.
Oh, I need some
We
help.
need some help here.
Alright, so they do manage to get the kill.
This is not how I want to die, man. Help.
Unfortunately for Vaso De Leche, they gave him an additional 220 points. We'll have to see how much that comes into play. But now, if they can make the safe room with 700 distance, just the distance alone will bring it a little bit closer. But they can take the lead. It is definitely possible. Really, all they need is like a 500-point bonus, and we'll have less than a 100-point game.
I ever tell you about the time my grandpa took me on a bus to Memphis and visit Graceland, and we...
Ellis, we don't have time for that right now.
Alright,
Okay.
now Vaso De Leche.
But I do love going
Gonna
on
go
bus
with their
rides.
survivor side. They have early tank to deal with in the cubicles. It is a very tough tank to survive and not take a lot of damage. It can be very intriguing to see what the infected team chooses to do with their SI. See if the tank can get Boomer. Getting boomed in there is detrimental to the survivors. Alright, we are live. Jockey, Charger, Smoker, Boomer, opening hit. Charger comes in. Gets a triple punch from... No, actually, the triple punch doesn't count. Looks like it was just a double. And some damage from Melina. They hold the Boomer, too.
Reloading.
Alright, and the tank is up. Out. Hunter is the only spawn. Jockey is now up. Looks like Rochelle has crashed. Just chilling up front, or up top. That's a really bad place to crash at. And Left 4 Dead wouldn't be Left 4 Dead without a pause, so we'll pause for a moment here till we have Karma return. Alright, and he has joined back. Or it's Will, not Karma. That's just what it's tagged up to be right now. But Nico will get the third tank of the game for Team Judgment. His support will be a Smoker, Jockey, and a Hunter. Probably wanted a Charger instead of that Smoker. He's going to come down the middle. He's going to come in here. They chip him up pretty good. They takes about 1,300. Oh, he's chasing them. Rochelle gives him the corner. Oh, can't see out there. He's missing punches, but the Jockey does land. He retreats out there, and he's going to babysit it. Trying to get the shots off. Boomer gets popped. Rock doesn't land.
How do I look?
He's getting the pickup. Charger misses. Tank chooses not to go in though.
Let me help you out.
Eats the rock. Gets the pickup. Why did Rochelle not move? Rochelle just sat there and took it, and now it's black and white. Loses.
Anytime, bro.
Oh, I'm too young and too beautiful.
And Rochelle couldn't move. That's why. Unfortunate. That's such bad luck. Patient as we wait for players to return. All right.
To die. Yeah, that'll help.
You make sure you use
Well, we'll
this
pop
now.
pills. They give pills to L. Bonus sitting at 726.
Reloading.
So they have the points to break into the Delta, but they need to hold on to as much of it as they can, and they have a lot of map to go yet.
Smokers around.
Smoker pull forward, not gonna land. They know the hunter's there. They know the spitter's there. Smoker is dead. No skeet goes out. Wow, what spread? Spreads up on top of the boxes.
In case anyone is wondering.
We're just slowing down the survivor. Charger goes to the city. Boomer lands. Kind of going in one at a time, but they're chipping away at the bonus. Alright, they get through. They're in the movie theater. They're going pretty quickly. Michelle stopped moving for a moment again.
That's better.
If they pop pills, the bonus drops even more down to 525 now.
Going with the machine gun.
Spawns are up. The jockey, hunter, and spitter are at least. They have to wait a few more seconds for that charger. Here's a really great hit coming out from the SI. Now they're taking their time, but the bleeding is happening. They need to go. The longer they wait, the more difficult it's going to be for them to try to make up some points.
Ammo here.
Grab some ammo. Charger rockets in. Does manage to find life, gets cleared right away. Jockey gets M2'd, but does land onto Ale.
Look out!
They're going to have to pass Ale some pills. It loses more of their DB.
Ammo here.
Good to go.
Alright, and that is all the pills committed. Their two temporary bleeders are pretty good HP, as long as they can not take any damage. Should be able to make safe room with a little bit of this bonus left. For some reason they choose to go into here. Okay, they're just stacking to get the right kind of spawn. Well, sitting at 54 and bleeding. Well, also at 67 and bleeding. Alright, the second door has begun opening. We should see them exit very shortly. Alright, they're going to push up the escalator. Well has left the game. So we pause again. Alright, we got him back. And we resume live. Go. Well has resumed moving. Loses a few more HP from the common collapse. Takes about almost, actually exactly 27 points away. Okay, they're going to go around this way.
Reloading.
Map progression is about 70%. They got to go into the fancy tramp. They say they get in unscathed, but they have a charge spit for inside, so I don't think they matter missing it. They know they're going to get it in stores. Pound spit goes in. No charge spit though, but they'll exhaust almost all the DB onto Ellis now. So now they'll get to crawl a little bit more further. I think there are 2 SI hits from making safe room, barring any more catastrophe. I mean, they pretty much have no DB left. There's not much more they can lose.
Reloading.
Alright, charge gonna go in right away. Doesn't land though. Hunter does. Fast clear. Jockey M2'd. 1 boom onto Ale. Ale's gonna be 1 HP. And they're gonna choose not to down him. There's no DB, so it won't hurt anything. This is actually a misplay. This is gonna give the SI at least 2 more hits now. And Well is black and white. So this is all just letting Well bleed more and more. And they are so separated right now. And Well gets pounced by himself and gets killed off. And that depletes the bonus massively.
So what happened?
Couldn't get the in cap. I think it'll work out in the favor of the survivors now, but the possibility of making that comeback is shortening like every survivor that dies.
Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa, man.
Still have 183 bonus somehow. They are making it up. Boomer lands. Jockey grabs him back down. Oh, he's dead. That will kill off Well. Alright, they'll go in with 2 survivors. Should be able to make it in. Jockey shouldn't be able to get there. Jockey does land, but gets cleared. They make up about 300 points, but it's not quite enough at the moment. They're going to go down, let's see, 6, a little bit more than 600 points. As we go on to Chapter 4, the final round of this tournament match, Judgment's going to go first. They have a slight lead over Vaso De Leche. They have 29-37 to Vaso De Leche's 22-80. Looks like 657 points is the number. And here we go live to the final chapter of this tournament match. First side, of course, Judgment will lead. Distance is 800. 2 tanks to be killed. A bonus is 1760 to be had. Opening hit's going to be a 2-2 with the Jockey and the Hunter. They're taking this very cautiously.
Sounds like a hunter.
Hunter finds the target. Spit's gonna land. Boomer gets stumbles in the spit, but the Jockey is cleared so quickly. They do maximize the damage of the 2-2 that they had. Death Order was good as well. I do believe they'll have charge spit. See what set of spawns they get. Ogre, Charger, Hunter, and Spitter. Yep, back rotation. Let's see if they just try to go for damage right away. Hunter's pre-spawn, going for the pounce, lands. The spit lands. They're going to block him and spit as the charger gets a slam in the back. And that will cause Yuri to hold W and get up there to start this event. Goes up to the helipad. Coach is going right for the button, not wasting any time whatsoever. Alright, hits it once, gotta wait about 5 seconds for the next time. They do got to drop in here and hit the button a second time, and they're taking this real cautiously. They do know there's a charger imminent. There's a hunter, mover, and a jockey to assist it. The charger's giving up his location. The charger does land. Gets punches. Decent amount of damage. Gets another survivor down to 57. So now the survivors have a 57 HP survivor, two of them. One's 98, and Nico will still hold on to that 100.
Get ready.
Alright, they go by the COVID ball. They should hold out about 2 or 3 hits here. Really depends on the boomer. 2-2. Smoker Hunter as the cappers. Hunter manages to find a target. Spit will land. Rochelle has to walk through it to get out. Smoker gets Yuri slow too, so good hit coming out. And they hold on to the boomer and spitter for some reason.
Reloading. Reloading.
A little questionable there on holding the spawns he got. Charger just charges off the bottom, dies first. Jockey gets to M2. Boomer and Spitter still stay alive. What is Vaso De Leche doing here?
Reloading. Reloading.
Okay, never mind. That's lost the survivor for a minute.
Oh, Christ.
Alright, one boom will land on the survivor up top. That should cause the tank to delay a little bit.
I'm reloading.
Charger, Hunter, and Smoker are up. And there we go. This will be the 4th tank of the game for Vaso De Leche in the hands of Life. So Life will have their second last tank if they need another one. They can get a wipe here with this. They will not. Right now they sit at a deficit of just shy of 1,000.
Jockey.
Jockey goes in and gets killed. And his COVID ball. He's flirting with danger here. Doesn't want to get insta-killed. You have to relocate to a different area. He wants to go get that. Question mark comes out. Life is rotating to an easier angle. I believe to the hittable. Nope, he's just gonna have a different commit path. And he's gonna go in with this. Start kiting them around. Chooses not to take the stairs. Gets an early pull. Well, kind of early. He's already down to half his HP. He gets the second punch. Third punch. He's down to 1,400. He gets the in-cap. Now he's down to 800. The Smoker gets cleared. The Hunter and Charger try to get the targets at the same time. And the Hunter was the only one successful.
Help me!
You right?
And that's going to be a
Come
1
on,
in-cap
get me up.
tank. And that's just pretty standard
They messed me up.
for Vaso De Leche. And that's not looking good for their favor.
Time, bro.
Why do you fellas want to carry the cute girl?
This is for you.
The points are still tallying up to now 1,100.
Thanks, better.
Thank you.
Each point that goes up will be more bonus for Vaso De Leche to secure the comeback. It looks like there's already going to be a second tank minimum.
Reloading! Go!
Spit goes out. chase the survivors away. Boom goes from the bottom, not going to hit anybody. And again, the Boomer and Spitter are choosing not to die. Boomer finally dies.
Watch out! Reloading!
Take it, just take it.
Thanks.
In the corner, just waiting for Spawn to thin out. Alright, Hunter will land. Charger will land. They both get cleared with no pretty much damage from them. The Charger was cleared quick. They just get the spit. I couldn't see the spit because I was huddled in the corner there. They got an in-cap on the Yuri.
Thanks.
Reloading!
Alright, Smoker, Spitter, Boomer are up. One more Spawn about to come up, and that's going to be Karma. Boomer tries to be cheeky, does not able to get anything. Let's see if the Hunter and Smoker try for damage. Hunter's going for it. Smoker doesn't quite land. And the tank spawns right on top of the Smoker. Spitter dies out. Hunter stops making noise, so his location is no longer given.
Shit, I'm messed up.
I got a plan. Let's kill all the zombies. Sound good?
COVID ball's rolling. He waited too long. Jockey does land, but the tank was not in position to do much. And even if he did, it wouldn't have been anything he could really do from it. This tank is really going around. Oh, he wants to go get his COVID ball. No, he does not. He's going to commit also without the COVID ball. Life gets the tank again.
I hear a hunter.
Alright, here goes Life with the second tank. What was that Charger? He's down to 2,900 HP. He gets one punch onto Rochelle. That's an in-cap, down to 1,800 HP. He still has a Hunter and a Charger. Hunter gets skeeted. Charger gets nothing. He'll get a punch on the Coach. Another punch on the Coach. I don't think that rock leaves his hand, and no, that will be a dead tank. So, Team Judgment gonna survive both tanks.
Thanks for that.
Anytime.
Thanks.
The bonus is still sitting at 366. See if they can make it to this rescue vehicle with that bonus left. They're slow. Spawns are up. And they got a Smoker and a Jockey, a 2-2. Boomer gets a stumble on the Jockey. Jockey gets 7-2 and killed. Smoker gets a pull and now dead as well, and that will be it. Judgment will make safe room.
You made it! Welcome aboard now!
Chapter score of 1140, campaign score 4,077. What a score. Technically, Vaso De Leche can beat that, but it's going to be hard to kill two tanks and hold on to the numbers that are needed. They need 1,100 bonus. About 1,100 is the number. If you add 700 for distance, that'll put them at 2,980. Just for distance is 800 actually. That'll be 3,000. So they need 1,000 bonus. Actually 980, 997. Alright, we got the number. It is technically possible. Super unlikely. The Hunter already lands in the spit.
Covered in goo.
And that already takes 6% away. It's so much damage. Jockey gets them too. Boomer comes in with a triple proxy. Vaso De Leche will be able to get around this hallway. Smoker is the first spawn up in the cycle. Charger comes in, almost gets a depth charge onto Nick. And Zana got very lucky there. They kind of stacked the hit though. They won't have a hit for the next choke point.
Watch out. Hey, look out.
Hunter gets killed off. It goes for a delay. Boomer gets 3. Jockey will choose not to go because it's not going to really do much damage, but... Alright, they get the Jockey killed off. Charger relocates. It's like the Charger wanted to go on the back there, but chose not to. I think he's going to wait for a spawn. They got a Smoker. They could try to get an insta-kill with a full and a charge. No, it's not going to happen. Smoker gets the pull. Hunter will land up top. And that will solidify
I need somebody's help just
the
for 5
GG
seconds.
right there. Charger gets a 2 damage stumble, but they've already gotten the ink cap. And that will open up the DB. Fist City onto Rochelle on the bottom. They get popped back up to 1277, but that's what they needed to happen after the first tank died.
Okay, it's gonna last for a bit.
Party time!
Alright, Boomer, Smoker, Jockey. The last spawn's gonna be up shortly. Life gets intapped by... Looks like Vaso De Leche is kind of throwing it away. As that is officially... Now the points are too low. As they just suicides. Zana calls GG. Jumps off and leaves. Looks like he's not happy with not playing with his full roster. Foul throws a smiley face. And we'll see the rest of the team try to finish this out for you guys. Nice Charger will land. Hunter lands as well. Jockey lands, and that will be a wipe. And that will be Team Judgment beating Vaso De Leche 4,077. 2,496.